Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Straight to Boston here, aka the King of Boston. Today we're back for episode number 11 of my Colorado Rockies OOTP series. And today we are back with the offseason. So we failed to make the playoffs. It got kind of interesting at the end. And I thought about making a video because we got relatively close towards the end. But as you can see, we finished 5 games out. I think the closest we got at one point was maybe 2 or 3 games out. We had a couple nice winning streaks. We played pretty good baseball in September, I thought. I mean, okay, so here you see we almost completely fell out of it, but then we rebounded with a 5-game win streak, and then we lose 2, but then we win 4 more in a row, and, we started to heat up. Even towards the end of August, we started playing a little bit better, so, we showed sort of spurts, but we couldn't really ever put together one final run to come back and try to make a wild card berth, so we weren't able to do it, and now we are in the offseason. So the winner of the World Series was the Los Angeles Dodgers, I believe. Yep, they beat the Yankees 4-3, so that was pretty cool. And also, let's take a look. So we'll take a look at how the guys did to end off the year. So Tom J. Murphy finished with a 4.7 WAR. That's pretty good for his first season as our full-time catcher. 27 years old, turning into probably our... I'm not sure. I mean, we'll see what happens when Thomas Dillard comes up, but I would say, at least for the time being, he is going to be our full-time catcher. Paul Goldschmidt had a really successful first season in Colorado, 846 OPS, 5.2 WAR. He's got 1 more year left on his contract before we have to extend him, which we are planning on doing. Jose Altuve had a really successful first season in Colorado. He really bounced back after a couple poor seasons in Houston. So 5.6 WAR, and I was kind of banking on that. I figured he would hit pretty well in Colorado. His BABIP was 334, so we'll see if that comes down next year. His career average is 318, and like in the years, like in 2014, one of his big breakout years, he had like a 360 BABIP. So I wouldn't be surprised if he could actually retain that, and then you have it. And part of that is playing in Colorado. I feel like, at least in this game, that's one of the ways this game sort of benefits hitters when you play in Colorado. Is I imagine the BABIPs are a bit higher. But Nolan Arenado, he ended up OPSing 799, which is pretty much, right around. I mean, you've seen 898, but then you see 799, 893. So, it's almost like an every other year kind of thing with this guy. But still 6 wins above replacement. So he played stellar defense. He might win the Gold Glove. Joey Gallo, 225, 329, 430. So not his best stuff. He was hurt. We'll look for him to bounce back next year. I'd like to see him do close to what he did in 2016. Max George didn't play every day, but started 63 games. He played pretty well. Corey Dickerson ended up 4.1 WAR, 313 batting average in 105 games. David Dahl, 158 games, 8.2 WAR. So he's turning into, a superstar, and that's really exciting to see. I really like the way this guy has played for us. And that is pretty much that. So let's take a look at the pitching. So the pitching got better towards the end of the year. Ryu ended up with a 3.22 ERA. So that actually, really wasn't even a bad trade. I mean, who did we give up for him? I remember we got him for really cheap. Yeah, we gave up Christian Vasquez. So, I mean, not too cheap, but, we have like 3 catchers, so we didn't need him. So the Ryu thing worked out pretty well at the end. Sonny Gray pitched relatively well for us. He bounced back after a rough start in Oakland, so I was glad to see that. And I'm pretty excited to have him on the team for the coming years. James Paxton didn't really pitch too well with us. Pretty much did what he did in Pittsburgh all year. But we'll probably bring him back. Jordan Lyles. So Jordan Lyles is the big question mark. It looks like we're going to be able to get a qualifying offer to him. So if he gets signed and we get a compensation pick for him, I think I'd be pretty satisfied. And Jose Fernandez came back and pitched relatively well. I think he came back and made, maybe 3 starts at the end of the year. Actually, he made quite a few. He made at least 5 starts. So, and he pitched relatively well. And then the bullpen, it's kind of a mess. So, all right, this offseason, and then one thing I'll take a look at as well is the MLB leaders and see if we led in anything. And a couple of people always ask for this stuff. So this is this is the entire MLB. So we did not win a batting title this year, although we almost did. But, wow, Josh Bell and Gregory Polanco. I didn't know Josh Bell was such a contact prospect. I thought he was more of like a power bat, but okay. What else? David Dahl was 3rd in WAR behind Mike Trout, and he was tied with Greg Bird. Wow, that Yankees farm system looks like it's turned out pretty well. Jose Altuve was 3rd in the MLB in hits. He led the league in doubles, or he's tied for the league lead in doubles. Runs, Goldschmidt was 5th. Stolen bases, Altuve was 4th. Ks, Joey Gallo with 200 strikeouts, that was 3rd. Goldschmidt, bunch of extra base hits, and David Dahl. Ooh, 4th in total bases. Actually, like total bases. It's kind of a fun stat to look at. But all right, what about pitching? I imagine we didn't do anything in these because oh well, there you go. Jordan Lyles, 2 complete game shutouts. Because yeah, I mean, what's his name? Fernandez probably would have been up on these if he didn't get hurt, but he got hurt. So all right, let's execute the option on Paul Goldschmidt and new goals. Personnel leaving. All right, so we need new bench coach and new pitching coach. And I saw Billy Bean got fired. I wonder if we could pick him up as a assistant GM. I wonder what his scout ratings would be. But all right, so let's do sign team staff. Holy smokes, yeah, there are his scout ratings. Oh, I kind of want to hire him. I know we just extended Schmidt, but ooh man, and Dan O'Dowd, former Rockies GM. Whew, man, I kind of want to do this. Would he even come on as our assistant GM? He would. Man, we'd have to. Oh wait, okay, that's assistant GM. What about the scouting director? Oh, okay, he doesn't want to be our scouting director. All right, well then in that case, this guy's probably this guy is also old as crap, I think. So I'd probably rather keep Schmidt. Yeah, he's 60. Well, he's 62. That's not too old, but he still might retire. I just dropped my phone off my table. I apologize. All right, so we'll just keep Schmidt. Let's go to bench coach and pitching coach. So we really need a good pitching coach. Kurt Young, finesse pitchers. I guess we'll go after him. He's been the coach for the A's the last couple of years. We'll do a 2-year offer. See if he works out. It's pretty low risk. All right, and bench coach. All right, Cristobal Rios. What about if we got a good manager to be our bench coach? That's always nice. You can do that. Ooh, Joe Girardi. Yeah, could we bring Joe Girardi on to be our bench coach? That would be really nice, but I don't think he's going to do that. Brad Osmus. Ernie Edwards. We could go Brad Osmus. I wouldn't mind bringing him in. He looks like he just got fired from Detroit, so. Oh, he doesn't want to be the bench coach. Ernie Edwards. Jose Pina. Buck Showalter. Could bring Buck Showalter in. Yeah, no thanks. Let's go back to bench coaches. Alright, we'll go with Cristobal Rios then. Yeah, we'll do 3 years. That's fine by me. Okay. Now let's go to some of the player stuff. Alright, so Jordan Lyles, we're going to offer a qualifying offer to. I don't really want to bring him back. I don't think at that price tag. Just because we already have a lot of money locked up with Fernandez and Gray that I want to start building my pitching rotation or my pitching staff around them and not necessarily around a guy like Jordan Lyles. And, you know, because we are the Rockies and we don't have endless resources, I don't really want to allocate, $15 million a year to, a guy who's been good but, isn't really anything special. So we're going to let him go, hopefully get the qualifying offer, or hopefully get the compensation pick. Brad Brack, we could bring back. He was pretty good for us last year, 1.3 WAR. But we'll probably find better bargain. I mean, I saw this thing on Twitter from this one account that was just talking about how relievers are so overvalued, and I so agree. And especially in a game like this, they're really, really overvalued. Or they're really, what am I saying? They're actually pretty properly valued in this game, is what I meant to say. And so you can find good relievers for pretty cheap in this game. It's really not a problem. So I won't worry about that. Charlie Blackmon, I think we're going to let Charlie Blackmon go. I really don't want to pay him all that money. Let's actually just release him so he'll get signed by someone else. Tom J. Murphy, so he's Super 2 eligible. We could get an extension banged out with him, but because we have Thomas Dillard, coming up soon, I'm not quite sure how soon, but soon enough, I guess. Where is he? All right, he's in the low A ball right now still, but he looks like he is on track to become a pretty good catcher for us. And because we drafted him, I think I'd rather go with him eventually over Tom J. Murphy. Plus, he'll be cheaper at that point. Man, Brady Aiken's still an A-ball. Oh, come on, Brady. Got to get going here. He's 22 years old now. I'm literally just thinking about calling up him and Tyler J. Right now. Just because I don't see, Tyler J. is going to be 25 by the start of next year. I don't see how he's going to get any better playing for Grand Junction. And every time I try to manually call them up, they just get automatically sent back down because I have that thing set to automatically progress players. So I don't have to worry about that stuff. So I don't really know. I do like our crop of prospects, though. I think we've drafted pretty well. But all right, back to the matter at hand. So let's go to Tom J. Murphy. Let's not do an extension with him. Oh, man, he wants one, though. All right, well, unfortunately, Tom, we are just going to offer you the 1 year. We'll do 750. All right. Oh, we don't have enough money available. Oh, we're going to have to get rid of some money. Okay, well, then that's fine because I think I do want to trade Corey Kluber anyway. Let's go to front office and salaries. All right, so, yeah, we're projected to be at $149 million next year. If we chop Kluber and we chop... Who could we chop off? Kluber, we like Altuve, we like Fernandez, keeping Gray. No, I want to keep Ryu. Maybe, I don't think we should do Corey Dickerson, but, you know, he gets hurt a lot, and he's a really good player, but I feel like almost anyone could be as good as he could be in this, playing in this climate. Plus, we have Soto. So you could play Soto in left. We could also... I don't know, we could try Ketel Marte out there or something. Can't be that bad. And in terms of top prospects, I guess we have Forrest Wall coming up soon, but he's not really like his stock's been lowered. Bryant Harris. Alright, we do have Bryant Harris coming up soon. Oh, and he plays a really good right field. Alright, so we can move Corey Dickerson and Corey Kluber, I think. And then sort of have our payroll set there, I would say. So I guess I'll work on moving those two guys, and then we'll get back. Alright, so we only got one trade offer for Corey Kluber, but I actually kind of like it. It's this reliever / starter from the Indians, so we trade Kluber back to the Indians. Sean Armstrong, so he is arbitration eligible, but he's probably not going to make much because he was just a bullpen arm last year, but he was a really effective one, and he's been an effective one in the past. He does kind of have starter stuff, and he's listed as a starter. Ooh, he's a fly ball pitcher, though. But I think we could at least make another. I mean, usually like when only one team offers you a trade like that, usually it means that that is probably going to be the team you're going to get the best offer from. So you know, I'll try to make a deal work. And man, we gave up Justice Sheffield for Kluber. I forgot. And we give up Turner. How did Chisnall do this year? Chisnall wasn't any good, and neither was Turner. But wow, I forgot we gave up Justice Sheffield in this. Man, I'd like to redo that. That'd be nice. Sheffield's turning into a top prospect of sorts. But anyway, so yeah, we'll try to do some sort of deal with the Indians and either get maybe we could get like a cheap right fielder to replace Dickerson, and then maybe even flip Dickerson for a pitching prospect or something like that. You know. That would be very nice. I don't think we're getting Justice Sheffield back, though. Yeah, okay, we're not. Let's go to active roster. Sort by position. Okay, what about Mike Poppy? This is a guy I would like to get. He would be perfect. James Ramsey is the guy that got the Masterson trade. Brett Gardner. I think Gardner's a free agent. Alright, what about Mike Poppy? Is there any way we could do this? Damn it, I shouldn't have even hit this. I should have just tried to manually build the trade. Ugh, whatever. But, yeah, Mike Poppy would be perfect. He usually turns out pretty well in this game, and he's got good hitting ratings. And yeah, I think he'd be perfect in Colorado. Ryu, Paxton, don't want to give up Harris. Alright, but we could probably, I don't think we're too far away. Tyler Chatwood. I like to keep Chatwood, but... Alright, so the rotation next year is probably going to be Paxton, Ryu, Kluber, Fernandez, not Kluber, Fernandez, Gray. So we only have room for either Chatwood or Rafael Montero. Montero's probably going to start the year in the bullpen. He was pretty good in the bullpen for us. Yeah, so Chatwood or... Alright, so we'll probably give it to Chatwood then. I'm trying to think, do we still have Tyler Matzek, or did we trade him? We might have traded him away. I think we did. So we could give up Chatwood. He's got 1 year left of team control. He's been really horrible lately. Well, he was good last year, but he sucked this year. George Lyons, Jason Shreve. Oh yeah, we picked up Jason Shreve off waivers, by the way, for any of you Yankees fans. and he was okay for us down the stretch. Could give up Jackson Reitz, but we're giving up Jackson Reitz from Mike Poppy. That's not really too smart. Could give up, oh, what about Herrera? Oh, okay, yeah. I'd definitely give up Herrera. Plus, we have Forrest Wall coming up soon, so Herrera's really, really expendable. Alright, so hopefully we'll do a deal like this then. If we can get Mike Poppy, that'd be pretty nice. I would like to get Mike Poppy. I think he would be perfect to replace Dickerson. Okay, we give Yohander Quintana. I think he is, yeah, he's not really too good of a prospect in this. Of course, old OOTP fans will remember Yohander Quintana from my Houston Astros save. He was a beast. We got him from the Diamondbacks one year, and he turned into a beast for us. Alright. Hunter Parsons, I don't want to give up. Oh, we'll give up Terry McClure, though. Alright, that's good. So, Sears and McClure as well in this deal. To get Mike Poppy, good guy. Yep, enjoys occasional cigar. What about if we could get Sean Armstrong, too? Oh, nice, we could. And maybe Kyle Crockett? Probably not. I'd like to get Crockett, though. He's always a good reliever in this. Who do we need to make that work is the question. So we'd improve our bullpen in this trade as well. Oh, yeah, we can give up this guy, Juan Siriaco, I think. Yeah. Alright, cool. Perfect. Alright, so let's do this trade. Got a personal message. Yeah, okay. So let's add Poppy to our active roster. We'll add all these guys to our active roster, actually. Alright, and then I'm going to try and work on a Corey Dickerson trade now to free up some more money. Alright, so here are our offers for Corey Dickerson. So, Indians showing a bit of interest, but I think we'll go after Yankees, Cardinals, and especially the Rays. They're offering up actually at least one half decent prospects, so let's see if we can get actually a better one, though. That would be very nice. Nick Plummer, Willie Adams. So, yeah, we almost got in the Rule 5. Okay, so we can maybe get him for Dickerson. We don't really have a spot for him on our infield, unfortunately. Don't need another catcher. Nick Plummer. Maybe we'd have, even more outfielders. I like Adams a little bit better anyway. Let's take a look at the OSA ratings. Is this guy? He's out for a week. No thanks. Case and Sherrod could be half decent. He's gonna have control issues though, so I don't know. I think I like Adams a little bit better. We could also try and get maybe one of their pitchers for him. Could get like a fifth starter. Maybe like a Matt Moore, but I doubt they're going to do that. Yeah. Man, he's turned into a beast. He has got 2 more years left on his contract. Go down. Isn't he a fly ball pitcher too in this, if I remember correctly? Oh, no, he's neutral. Alright, what about... I doubt we could get Trevor Bauer. Yeah, probably not. Alright, but we can probably get one of their good prospects, like Willie Adams. But let's check out the Yankees as well. See what they have to offer. Oh, whoops. Oh, their farm system's pretty good. Let's go Dickerson. We don't need another catcher. What about this guy? Yep, so we could get Carstetter. He's not very good according to the OSA ratings. Torrens. Yeah, that guy's pretty good, but not great. What about active roster? What could we get? Jose Quintana, Michael Pineda, Wayne Shen. What about this guy? Young pitcher. Camarena. Oh, he had a good start last year. Good start to his career. Yeah, this guy would be nice to get. Ground ball, 88 miles an hour. But I doubt we're gonna get him. Oh, dang it! I just don't like wait because I really don't like making these videos that like 48 minutes or whatever like I did the other day, and because it takes me like 3 hours to render, so I'm always very concerned about like loading screens taking up way too much time. But I digress. I was gonna say something, but I don't remember what it was. I was thinking about it while I was scoping out Dickerson trades. But alright, we'll have to check the Cardinals after this as well, and then we'll probably just go back to the Rays. I have a feeling that's going to be the best deal we get, or the best offer we can get. Alright, yeah. So we're not getting Camarena, which means I assume we're not getting Tanaka either if I tried. Yeah, can't even afford that. Alright, so let's go to... Ooh, Jacob Lindgren. Guy's a beast. But alright, let's go to the Cardinals. Last team we'll check. I'm not even going to bother checking the Indians again. I feel like we got their only good player I wanted. in Mike Poppy. Alright, so Chase Velat, another catcher. Colton Wong. Oh, wait, that's our active roster. I thought this was their prospects. Alright, Velat, Steven Williams, Joe Rizzo. Third base prospects. Alright, so other teams don't really love their prospects. About some starters. Camels. Man, the starting pitching is depleted. I mean, Marco Gonzalez, but first base, I didn't know Marco Gonzalez could play the field. Oh man, he's coming off a really good year. Jesus. Alright, well, I doubt we're gonna get him then. Nope. Alright, so I say we go back to the Rays then and probably do it for Willie Adams, I don't even know, who is pretty close to coming up, but it's not quite ready. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to make a push for Matt Moore or Trevor Bauer. We'll check Bauer, though. I guess we already checked Moore. We can see. It's worth a shot at least. Maybe we could give up like Ketel Marte or something. Because we do have Forrest Wall, of course. But I don't know. Picking up another prospect like Adams definitely wouldn't hurt. I really like our farm system. I just want to make sure that we don't tie in money in the wrong places on our MLB roster. So that's partially why I want to move Kluber and Dickerson, because I think Dickerson's pretty replaceable. I mean, he's a good fielder. He's not a great one. Gets hurt. Hits well, but, I would imagine that a majority of that production is due to playing in Colorado anyway, so I'm sure he can be replaced by a guy like Mike Poppy, who's another left-handed hitter, I do believe. And I think he goes to Virginia in real life. I think he's on Virginia's college baseball team, so I guess he's in the College World Series, which is pretty cool. We gave up Paxton, but that's not really worth it. Chatwood, Alright, so we'll just do it for Willie Adams. I like this deal a lot then. I don't know what else we're going to have to give up, but we'll find out. Hopefully it won't be too much. Although I wouldn't be surprised if it was actually someone kind of substantial, because Adams is a pretty good prospect to get for Corey Dickerson. You'd think the Rays would be a little bit too smart to invest in a bat from Colorado. Like, it's a pretty smart organization. That's something the Red Sox to do. Hanley Ramirez hits 350 in Colorado. He could do that at Fenway. Yeah. Anyway, I went to the Red Sox game last night and was pretty miserable because the team is pretty horrible. Actually, by the time this goes up, it'll be 2 nights ago because I'm going to post this on Thursday, and I went on Tuesday night, and team's horrible. Played a bad game, but the sunset over the ballpark was pretty darn cool. I retweeted some photos on my Twitter account, which you guys should all follow me on, by the way. Link is in the description, as always. Alright, Aiken. Okay, yeah, so they are asking for something. We could give up Chatwood. I'd almost rather give up Ketel Marte, though. Like, I feel like I'd do Marte if it meant getting Adams, because that's definitely an upgrade. Altuve, we have Altuve and Max George. Oh, we could give up Trevor Story as well, I guess. I don't know how much value he has. I'd like to keep Marte. I just feel like Marte is a good player, even though we don't have a spot for him. But I guess we claimed him off waivers, and probably wouldn't be hard to get him back at some point anyway. Sue. But Max George and Willie Adams would be pretty nice crop of infield prospects. And then eventually, I mean, if we had to, we could eventually move Altuve if we really wanted to move him in his contract. But for now, I'm happy to pay him $14 million a year to produce what he's produced so far for us. Alright, come on, game load, go. Do this quicker, please. Marte. Alright, so they're still asking for... Okay, we give up Quintana. Oh, we give up Daniel Series, actually. I would much rather do that. Because we have Reitz. We have Reitz, Murphy, and the other guy. Dillard. So what if we give up Series and instead of Marte give up someone like I'd give I should have offered Will Swanner. Yeah, I'd much rather give up Series than Marte, I think, because we got 2 catchers as it is, and I know Series was a 2nd round draft pick, but still. Oh yeah, Perfect. We'll keep all those guys. We'll keep. All right, we'll give up this guy, Joe Hendy Himenian. Yeah, you. All right. So you're gonna have Dickerson, Himenian, and Series. Series is a pretty, that's plus Dickerson. I mean, that's a good price to pay. If that's worth Adams, I wonder if we're even close to getting like a Matt Moore with this package. Nah, it's still not even really that close. Alright, so we'll get Adams then. No quibbles here. Adams looks like he's going to be a good player. He's durable. Can be a good offensive player according to our head scout. And we like our head scout, so. Alright, let's trust him. Good guy. Oh, he's often regarded as a selfish player. Alright, well, we'll put up with it. Alright, Series, Jiminian, and Dickerson. Boom. Okay. So we get Willie Adams, and alright, now we're going to have money to offer up to some of our new arbitration players. So Murphy, we can pick up, yep, we can do that. And we have, yes, we have $9 million for extensions, but that includes arbitration estimates. So these guys, as long as we don't give them more than their estimates, then we won't lose any of that money. So yeah, Crockett will extend, Shreve, we want back. We added a couple lefties, which is nice. Shreve and Crockett are both lefties, so that should help. Wanted to make sure I wasn't offering Shreve $8 million. It's like, no. Ortiz will bring back for $900K. Rafael Montero, sure thing, $1,500. Who's next? Conley. Sure, he's been pretty effective for us. Not that effective, but he's had spurts of being a good reliever. Jared Cozart. Cozart for $3.6 million. I guess I'll give him that now, and then think we can probably trade him at some point if we really wanted to. Because he'd be a good 6th starter, Tyler Chatwood insurance type of guy. Sean Armstrong, ooh, he's not even asking for a lot of money. James Paxton, definitely bring back $5.5 million. So we got 2 years with him, this year and next, if we want it. Then it'll be about 32 anyway. And Chatwood will bring back 1 final year. And alright, so yeah, the rotation next year, no Lyles, but we can add Chatwood back in. And so we have Montero and Cozart as extra starters. But I don't know, I mean, if Chatwood holds value, I guess it would be the right year to trade him because he does only have 1 year left. And hopefully we'll get the qualifying offer for Jordan Lyles, but I do actually want to just see what Chatwood is worth on the open market. So I'm going to cut out here until we get the offers. Alright, so here are offers for Tyler Chatwood, and I was kind of hoping to get maybe like a nice pitching prospect for him, although it looks like for the most part we're just getting major leaguers offered. There's Joe Panic. So I guess we'll hang on to him then. And then, maybe, I mean, if he struggles, like I think what I really want to do this year with that 5th starter spot is give it to like Tyler J at some point, and then maybe even like if because I really just want to start calling out my pitching prospects because I feel like it's time. I mean, Jay's gonna be 25. I know he hasn't played above rookie ball, but like I just think it's time to see. I don't think he's actually gonna progress if maybe it's just because his potential rating isn't high according to our head scout, but I don't know. And I think I might do the same thing with Aiken too. I mean, it looks like he's almost ready to get called up anyway according to his rating. So see what Jay can do, see what Aiken can do, even see what Hunter Parsons could do at some point. But I guess for now we'll just hold on to Chatwood. All right, so now I'm actually going to cut out and pick it back up when we get to the free agency period. All right, so we are back at the Rule 5 draft Saturday, December 1st, a couple days ahead of free agency. So Jordan Lyles did file. He did not take the qualifying offer, which is good. As for awards, I think we won 1 Gold Glove, Nolan Arenado. Oh, actually we won 2. David Dahl got 1 as well. Kyle Crockett won Reliever of the Year. Of course, not for us, but he won that with Cleveland last year, so that's really exciting. He actually was 3rd in the Cy Young voting, too. So it's pretty exciting to get that guy on our team. Platinum Stick, we won a couple. I think Corey Dickerson got 1, and Jose Altuve did as well. And Christian Bergman got it for the Cubs, former Rocky. And I accidentally deleted the MVP. message for the NL, but David Dahl didn't even get 1, 2, or 3, despite leading the NL in WAR. He didn't even play, so that kind of stunk. But all right, we got the Rule 5 draft, so we got to go through our Rule 5 draft pool and make sure we're not going to lose anybody. I wish the game would just do this automatically. Like, I wish there was a button that was just like, add guys to the 40-man who you think might get picked in the Rule 5 draft. Like, just do that, please. That would be lovely. But all right, so we got Albuquerque, New Britain, Modesto, and Asheville. We've got to check up on... Excuse me for the yawn. I usually record these things first thing in the morning, so I apologize. All right, so I already see we got to add Willie Adams to the 40-man, and he will get called up at some point this year. Let's see. Add him. Anyone else we want to add here? Todd Frazier, no. He's still on the team, apparently. Sam Howard, we'll leave off. Same thing with Balog. Alright, and we'll check the OOTP ratings as well. Alright, I don't think we need to add anyone, so... okay, can't do that. I don't know why I can't scroll that way, but whatever. I just can't scroll, period. The game froze, never mind. There we go. Yeah, we don't need to add these guys. Okay, so let's take a look at Asheville. Sure, we'll be fine here. Usually single A, don't have to worry about. Because I think like getting eligible for the Rule 5 has to do with being in the organization, or like being in a minor league organization for like a certain period of time. So anyone who's actually on your single A team, oh, okay, well there you go, there's one. But so anyway, usually the guys who are on your single A team who are eligible for the Rule 5 draft are probably older prospects anyway, who have, you know, their development has been slowed and their stock has fallen anyway, so usually don't have to worry about that stuff. But I have had occasions where I've gotten guys from my single A teams picked in the Rule 5 draft, so it is always good to check. All right, we got New Britain and Modesto, so let's do MO. Oh, there's actually New Britain. We'll take care of that while we're here. All right, so we'll add this guy. We'll add Quintana. We'll add Urias. Oh yeah, Urias is another guy who might get a shot at that 5th starter spot. We got plenty of guys to potentially give that to if Chatwood falters. All right, Urias. Man, we're gonna have to make room on the freaking 40-man. Let's remove. Jeez, who? Oh, this was our. I added this guy to the roster to be a pinch runner. All right, we'll waive and DFA him. I know he's 19, but Max White we can waive and DFA. Hector Garcia. Oh, I don't even know where he went. Bonilla. Ryan McMahon maybe. Oh no, there's Hector Garcia. Yeah, waive and DFA him. Shreve will keep. Cozart, yeah, we got to keep. Story. We can waive and DFA Trevor Story. Alright, so we got 5 more spots. Let's do Rule 5 draft pool again. Load this baby up, and then we'll see what we get. We'll see we'll see what's in free agency as always. I mean, last year our offseason plan sort of changed when we saw Jose Altuve available in free agency. That spawned a bunch of different moves. We can leave Franco. Sorry, I just gotta focus again. Focus. Oh, Quintana, we gotta add. So yeah, free agency can always sort of throw you for a curveball, but you know, if we don't do anything in free agency and we come into next year with the team we have right now, I'd feel pretty good. I think our pitching is going to be better if we get hopefully a whole season of Fernandez, whole season of Sonny Gray, and you know, added that added to our, you know, our offense, which we know is going to be pretty good. You know, I would feel pretty confident. All right, and we don't need to add any of these guys, I don't think. Franco, we could add. How do we even get this guy? Did we draft him? Who knows? Alright, well, I guess we'll add him. Why not? Let's go back and just check Modesto. I don't think we're going to have anyone in Modesto to add. Oh my god. It's taking so long to load. It's taking so long to load. Oh, go. Go! Okay, there you go. Modesto. Okay. Yeah, we'd add Julio, maybe. I feel like we claimed this guy off waivers, actually. Yeah, we did. I'm pretty sure. Let's check Bill Schmidt's ratings. Actually, we didn't even have to do that. All I have to check is Julio. Or I guess actually some of these guys could do. Wow, Keone Kayla is all the way down in single A now, as is Brandon Martin. Wow. All right, no, we don't have to add those guys. Okay, so now we can just do the Rule 5 draft and see what we can get. Last year, obviously, we had a huge Rule 5 draft. We got a ton of good players. But this year, we will see if that will be the case. I don't really expect it to because that was pretty rare. But all right, sort by overall. Load a little bit quicker, maybe. Please. Please. Oh, my God. This is really slow. All right, there we go. And let's continue to the next pick. All right, yeah, so this is already not quite the class that we had last year. And holy smokes, this is taking forever to load. My goodness. I'm going to start doing the Rule 5 draft off camera if this crap keeps happening. Jesus. All right, we could get... none of these guys really look that appealing. Brian DePena. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Alright, so we're not going to get anyone. And then we will just skip ahead a day to free agency. Or skip ahead 2 days, I guess, to free agency and see what happens there. But I'm thinking not too much because our roster is pretty set in stone and we don't have a ton of payroll flexibility as it is. Whereas last year we entered free agency with a lot of payroll flexibility. And that's one of the reasons we were able to attack and get a guy like Jason Hamels. So, or Jason Hamel. I just said Jason Hamel because I'm watching MLB tonight and they were showing the thing where Gonzalez got there. You know the fan interference thing that happened in Colorado the other night. Or not Colorado. Oh my God. I don't even. Chicago. So I meant to say. I'm just all over the place right now. All right. Take a look at international free agents. Okay. That guy looks pretty good. We can give him a contract. And Juan Lucero. All right. So we'll offer both Lucero. Yeah. They just want minor league deals with major league signing bonuses. Not major league signing bonuses, but you know what I mean. This guy doesn't even want a signing bonus. All right, cool. And let's take a look at the actual free agent list, or the rest of the free agent list, I should say. And yeah, it looks like we're not gonna be able to get anybody. Maybe Carlos Carrasco. Oh, he's out for 5 months. All right, let's take a look at. Let's go to the whole list and just see. We'll see if there are any high overall players. Okay, so there are some not asking for a lot, like Jervis Familia. But he's coming off of some really bad years in Toronto. So no thanks. Even though he's an Iron Man and give us a lot of innings, I really don't want to see you put up like a 7 ERA in Colorado. That would be pretty rough. All right. So I think we're not going to do any major moves. Could get Carlos Gonzalez back, but I think we'll pass on that. Shelby Miller. Yeah, all right. So I think we're going to pass on all these guys then. So we really don't have the money to spend anyway. So all right. I'm going to skip ahead then until probably the beginning of spring training because we pretty much made the moves we want to make. So all right. I will see you guys then. All right, so we're at the end of spring training. We almost got through spring training without suffering any injuries, but then we got a rash of injuries towards the end of it. And I know people are probably already freaking out. No, Fernandez is only out for 5 days. He's not out for 6 months again. So luckily we dodged a bullet there. But anyway, we got Josh Morgan DFA'd. I didn't even mean to do that. I meant to just demote him to AAA, but whoops daisies. So anyway, hopefully he'll clear waivers. He's one of the guys we got in the Texas trade way back when we traded Cargo. Disabled list, so Joey Gallo's out for 4 weeks, Soto's out for 3 weeks, and Marte's out for 2 to 3 weeks. But we still have another week before opening day, so you can probably subtract a week off of that. Right now we're going to have Tyler Chatwood as the number 5 in the rotation, but Julio Urias had a really good spring training, and he'll probably come up after a week or two. Along with probably Willie Adams, and we'll leave Foscolino likely down all year, even though his overall starting to get up there. I just think that he's probably better off spending a full year. I mean, he hasn't even played in Double A yet, so he's still probably a ways away. And then, we're going to give Urias a shot, that 5th starter spot, and we'll probably give Tyler J a spot at some point as well. He is right now still in Grand Junction. And I have a feeling that he's just going to bust out because I don't really think... Oh, yeah. Now the OSA ratings have even sort of given up on him. What about Aiken? All right, Aiken's actually looking even better, which is good to see. So hopefully he'll come up soon. We can actually go to... Let's skip ahead to opening day here. And I'm looking to claim an outfielder off of waivers if I can when we get to opening day. because we don't really have a backup outfielder right now, and I don't have anyone in AAA who I really want to give a shot to, so I'd rather just claim somebody. And alright, so generate season predictions. We'll see where we are predicted to finish. And we'll also take a look at our top prospects, because I want to see who is still highly rated, whose stock has dropped, etc., etc. And then we will get out of here. But alright, personal message. So, season expectations, play 500 ball. Top 100 prospects. We don't have... Oh, actually, we have Foscalina in the top 10. Pretty nice. Jonathan Getty's still... He's going to be such a beast for Minnesota. I'd love to get my hands on him, but he's darn near impossible to trade for. I've tried, trust me. But he is not coming over. Alright, so let's do preseason predictions. 96 wins. We're projected to win the division. We've got Goldschmidt and David Dahl in top 10 hitters. Sonny Gray and Jose Fernandez as top 10 pitchers. That would be pretty ideal. Let's take a look at our top prospects. So we do Rockies, player info. Actually, let's just do it because I like to see where they fall within the context of the top 100 prospects. So we have 2 hitters, Dillard and Foscalina. And pitchers... Aiken and Parsons still. Alright, so Jay's fallen out of the top 100. Let's look at our top prospect screen. So, yeah, Quintana's actually overtaken Jay. Jay's fallen all the way down to 16, so his stock is really fallen. But Parsons' stock is still pretty high, and he's still only 21, so I still have hope for him and Aiken, since they're still both pretty young. And Quintana's stock is really rising. I'm glad I didn't trade him, because he could turn into something for us. Ground ball pitcher, which is what we like. Bryant Harris is number 13. He's the guy who might eventually replace Dickerson. The thing I really like about Mike Poppy is he does offer me insurance for if Goldschmidt leaves, if we're unable to extend him. And right now, yeah, that would be a really tough extension to give him. I would likely let him go to free agency and then hope that no one offers him a contract until the like next February or whatever, and then his demands would go down. But Poppy does play a mean first base, so he would offer us good insurance for that if we were to lose Goldschmidt. But alright, so that is pretty much that. That is going to be this entire video. Let's take a look at the waiver wire and pick an outfielder to claim. Charlie Tilson, whatever. Brett Gardner, what is he making? Ooh, wait, only 860,000. Ooh, he wants to be a starter though. Giordano Ventura's on waivers. Nice. Max Muncy. Juan Lagares. Ooh, yeah, I'll take Juan Lagares. Oh no, he makes $9 million. Ugh, gross. Alright, maybe we'll go with Charlie Tilson then. He's only 26. Oh yeah, I like this guy. Oh yeah, he's got really good ratings. Alright, cool. Let's claim him. And that is going to do it. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Hope you did enjoy. Next episode will be the mid-season episode, of course. And that's it. I'm out. Peace.